Alright fellas, here we are back in Pokemon Masters, and we got ourselves Arcsuit Leon and Charizard 6RX 1 out of 5 without the EX roll invested, I will add. If you want to see the pulls for these guys, go to a short. Yeah, got them off of a daily discount. That was funny. So, wanted to go ahead and get all the showcase stuff out. Just figured, why not? Still early on. May as well go for it. And just forewarning, I am so tired. I've been tired for 2 days. I do not know why. If anything is up in terms of, like, how I'm explaining things, or if it seems like I'm not awake, well, I'm not. So, just want to put that in mind. Anyway, whatever. So Arcsuit Leon is of course, multi-sync pair. He's got the Tech EX roll, which I did not invest, but he's very damage-oriented. Of course, being multi, he's got the rebuff, on entry because of the Flame Myth passive. No, the Flame Judgment passive, as well as the Fire rebuff on his sync effect for being multi. That's his biggest utility. Other than that, he's pretty much just damage. He's got Inferno, which of course is a strong fire single target option, which does burn the enemy as well. He's got his Buddy Fire Blast, which is 700 raw base power, has no extra effects. It's only at least the enemy burned. I mean, sure, I guess, because it needs to be activated by burn. So the fact it leaves the enemy burned is pretty funny. But anyway, whatever, not really the point. It's still got that use. But yeah, the only thing with this buddy move is that it's not really stronger than most other Master Fair buddy moves that are one use only, simply just because they have multipliers and aren't just raw base power to back them up. But anyway, not really the point. He's got his trainer move, raising his special attack by 6, crit by 3, and applying free moves next. Very good for his 4 gauge use self, because he is not the best on gauge, so you do want to kind of worry about that a little bit. He's got protect, which is great for applying damage guard, surviving sinks like this. Super helpful, super good stuff. Of course, he's got, again, the Flame Myth and Flame Judgment passives, providing extra buffs the more fire types you have on the team, and also lowering and raising fire rebuff on entry for enemies and allies. He's got himself the Champion Who Hears the Cheers. Okay, passive, which makes his sync moves and max moves AoE, and also gives them guaranteed crits, which is pretty strong, right? He does have the max move, G-Max Wildfire, applying fire damage field with 400 power and all of that as well. He's also got max guard for damage guard if you do find usage in that. He's got the Champion Time passive, which reduces sync countdown by 3 after using his max move, and increasing special moves next by 3 after using the max move. So there's a good reason to probably chain his max move into usage of his buddy move, because it's going to be, boosted by +3 special moves next, which is going to be pretty strong, right? And the unbeatable Leon with guaranteed crits, and making sure his attacks always land, I think. Yeah, moves never... No, protects the user against crits. He doesn't have... He gets guaranteed crits here, but this makes it so his moves never miss, and he gets crit protection, so you don't ever have to run Vigilance on him, which I honestly forgot about. I didn't ever give him Vigilance, but I mean, I had considered it, but I completely forgot he had that passive anyway, the innate crit protection. And he got the innate multi-effective, applying super effective next, which means he's pretty good for super effective stages, which he would have already been good against. A little bit of redundancy there, but whatever, it's not too big of a deal. Let's go ahead and on to some battles. I've got a solo versus the Champion Stadium, an ultimate battle versus Thorton. Yeah, the ultimate battle versus Thorton, as well as the battle against the Arcsuit Leon event. I don't know what you call it. The thing where he's got 250,000 HP and is a rock weak. Yeah, we've got that stage. Alright, so first battle. Again, solo in the Champion Stadium, 3,000 points. I mean, I saw solos for him against off-type stages, but those were also more duped out than this guy, so I just went ahead and gave the enemy as much attack and as little strength or HP as possible to be able to manage this. And this is pretty funny. I mean, trainer move, Inferno for the burn, max move for the special moves next, and I guess the sync countdown, though, doesn't really matter. If I would have quad queued here, it would have been nice, but whatever. Again, doesn't really matter. He does have max healer on the grid, so if you can find usage in that, which is his only healing tile, then that's good. Did the guaranteed AoE sync move with the crit, not sync move, max move with the crit, which is pretty strong, and then the buddy move with +3 special moves next enhanced, yeah, 30,000 damage. That would have probably one shot from full HP. Yeah, so obviously very good damage dealer for the Champion Stadium, even off type, right? If you consider it, even off type, change around multipliers a little bit, that would have done 20,000 damage as off type damage, which is pretty good, just a little bit, right? So yeah, Arcsu Leon, good for the Champion Stadium. Good fire damage dealer. Again, he's very super... For some reason, he was super effective oriented with that super effective next on the multi sync effect, which we didn't even get, so it doesn't matter. But again, he's a good damage dealer. That's kind of what he's aiming for. Alright, and the second battle, again, Ultimate Battle versus Thorton here. We use the setup of Single Suit Morty and Mix Blue. My Single Suit Morty is 2 out of 5 here. 6-star EX, of course, with the Field EX roll. And Champion Blue. Mix Blue is 5 out of 5 EX rolled. So, pretty fun setup here. This would have been definitely easier if I had Morty with dupes, because potion NPRs are fantastic. That would have been helpful, but it doesn't really matter. So, Thornton's gimmicks are pretty much just have a status change on him, and he also swaps HP, his weakness category, right? Special to physical at 60% HP, which I thought was 40% HP, but no, that's Durok's endurance. I don't just forget him every time. Doesn't really matter though. So Leon's obviously able to very heavily, I guess, carry. I mean, Blue also does a lot of good damage in the first portion, but Leon's able to very effectively handle the first portion, you know, that first 40% HP until he gets to that 60% endurance, just because of how much raw damage he can do. And again, he does have that very, very high ability to enhance fire types because of the fire, the multi effect, right? The fire rebuff. Champion Leaf can do the same though, so for whatever that says. But yeah, Leon, we haven't even used like his max move or his buddy move yet, which I do end up actually using his buddy move and max move during the middle of the bar, like the 40, around that 60% HP endurance, because I just figured that would have honestly been better for him. That would have been better to like save his strength, even if he is special oriented for that point, because he still will be able to do a lot of damage, which we will see here actually really soon, where we go ahead and go for the sync move, which is, I mean, AoE got some decent power, but it's not really that strong considering it has no multipliers. I mean, 40,000 damage is good, but I mean, probably would have just been better to use Blue sync move for damage, but we did want that fire rebuff, which was very, very handy there. And this is where we pretty much have to start going for flare blitzes and whatnot with Blue, because that's the one that's actually going to do damage. And we also do have the fire max move as well. Sadly, Thornton hurts really, really bad, so it brings us down to low HP. If I would have used Protect with Leon, could have endured that attack, but it actually is better that I didn't, because it gave us some pretty crucial endurance towards the later portion of the battle. Morty. Morty, you should have survived, please. Should have really healed Morty earlier, but that's okay. Use the max move, didn't do too much damage. Go for the Protect here so we are able to endure like any blizzards, because this is the portion of the fight where Thornton starts alternating between Blizzard and Double Edge until it gets to its areas where it starts, you know, buffing its Dire Hit All Plus. But then, yeah, that Double Edge, it does a little bit of damage. It takes out Morty, sadly. We use Blue sync move here so we can get the sun back up, and I also do have multipliers on him with Brain Power, and I think he's got Solar Flare? I think he does. I don't remember. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, whatever. He's not really the main one to do damage here. We went ahead and went for Leon's buddy move. Nearly 100,000 damage. Again, without the... Thornton has triple defenses here. He's got triple defenses unconditionally, and still Leon being able to do that much damage is pretty crazy. And he did have the super effective next. I don't know how many special moves next. I think just +3, but still really, really solid damage. That Protect was pretty crucial for us enduring that attack. Or not that Blue, yeah, for the Blizzard, it was pretty crucial. And then Blue's able to finish it off here. Thornton goes for the Double Edge and then dies to the burn plus the damage field. And that's also a good thing about Leon, is he applies the burn and the damage field, which is extra ticks of damage every turn. Like, you saw how much damage Thornton was taking. He was taking like 5% of his health or so every single turn just from that burn and damage field damage, which is why I saved it towards when Thornton would have reached about 60% HP, so that we could make the most out of Thornton taking damage from the part where Leon is able to hit him for the least amount of damage, because again, he's got triple special defense below that 60% HP mark. So the fact that Leon can still kind of hit through that is pretty strong. But honestly, I would say not a bad standard for Arc Suit Sync pairs. I think that's something they should be able to do, is hit through enemy defenses, because of how much investment it takes to get them stronger, which again, Leon is good for. He will shred this stage, as obviously shown. And again, if I had a higher duped Morty, it would have looked even better. So not a bad character for handling Thornton, as should be, again, with that fire rebuff as well. Alright, and the final battle is the battle against Arc Suit Leon. Rock Weak, 250,000 HP, needs a status condition, and has Sentry Entry ×3. So I wanted to use Anniversary End here because you can combine the enemy using a crap load of fire moves with the fact that End is able to debuff enemy defenses, or attack rather, sorry. Rose is able to buff ally defenses, because I gave her Team Stoic and whatever the special version is, I forget, Force Field. And the fact that Leon's able to raise our fire rebuff by 1 rank, so that we take less damage from Leon's Sync move, Max move, and any of his other fire moves, and the allies' fire moves as well. So overall sustainability, very, very good because of that fire rebuff that is raised on entry from being a multi-sync pair. Pretty helpful, again, if you're taking attacks from fire-type enemies. Immediately coming to mind is Entei and Moltres in the Legendary Arena, which I would not use. I don't know if I'd really use this guy against Moltres to begin with, but, you know, whatever. And any other, again, fire-attacking character in, like, ultimate battle settings. Like, Annabelle immediately comes to mind as a good one, and these type of stages as well, again, where they are using a lot of a specific type of attack, because Leon's able to really, really counter it pretty well. Though they do, of course, start using attacks later on. Big problem with this stage is that they like to debuff speed. Thankfully, Rosa can buff speed with her trainer move, and if you get lucky enough on her buddy move. I did need at least 1 proc of speed buffs on her buddy move. Did not matter when, as long as it was before Leon used his sync move. That would have been nice to have. Which I think it did. I did actually get it either this turn or no, it was the next turn where I actually did get the speed buffs, which was very, very helpful because Leon has the opponent Leon has slow opponent sync to where he will actually do more damage, a lot more damage actually, when you have your speed debuff when he uses his sync move on you, so consider that. Anyway, Leon able to lower enemy fire rebuff here, apply damage field here soon after. Again, these enemies have a lot of health. They also need a status condition because they have robust physique, which prevents crit damage on them if they are not affected by a status condition. I believe does Leon have burn on his max move? I really feel like he does, because I do not remember burning that right side Colossal, but that's critting it. No, I do not. Maybe it was just End's Blue Flare because he's got piercing blows. Anyway, whatever, doesn't really matter. Thankfully, we got our speed buffed for this sync, and burned him with the AoE Blue Flare. That was, didn't even expect that. Cool. I want to also say this battle is not optimized. These grids are not super optimized. They probably could be better. My plays were definitely not optimized, so don't take anything super crazy here. I should have really synced the Colossal instead of syncing Leon here with N once I actually do use his sync move. I want to let that be known. That would have been infinitely smarter because we brought him down again 114,000 damage, which was +7 special moves next boosted, but also off type and without Sun. So yeah, Leon, despite the fact that again he's only, I'd say only, but he's not dealing with as strong as a buddy move as a lot of other characters like Arceus Lance or Ash or even Cygnus Gladion, it's still really strong and is going to be doing a ton of damage. Just to keep that in mind there. And I should have not potioned Rosa here. I should have potioned N or Leon or whoever, probably N, but it didn't really end up mattering, thankfully, because again, our defenses by this point are very good because of the offensive debuffs and Rosa's actual defensive buffs, and enables our survivability so much. Even if we are a lower HP, it doesn't even matter by this point. Thankfully, N has good spread damage, so yeah. Leon's good for enhancing other fire characters, of course, because of his fire rebuff. He's able to also raise our resistance to fire attacks with raising his own fire rebuff, and he's able to apply the status conditions with burn, which were the key portions for this battle. Also, of course, the damage field was nice, the burn damage is nice, his damage overall is nice with his Infernos and his buddy move. Sync move as well is not too shabby. I could definitely, it's not great though. Let's not twisted. It's not a fantastic sync move either. And also, I keep going for sync with Rosa here, even though don't have Troublemaker, don't have accuracy tiles, but she has accuracy buffs, so Jesus Christ, Rosa, you're throwing. Okay, she's a +2, but still. Whatever. Thankfully, it doesn't matter. It's just taking Mega Kicks, which aren't doing much damage anyway, and they go down, so whatever. Cool. Not the best, it's not the most fluid battle ever, but I mean, got the win, so I don't really care. Again, could have been better, could have played a little bit better there. Sinking the Colossal would have probably been the biggest one. Probably could have replayed it just to do that, but I didn't feel like trying to fish for speed buffs with Rosa's buddy move again, just because if you try and go for something, the game will never give it to you, as we've highlighted. But yeah, Arceus Leon, overall, not a bad character. I don't think he's super impressive for Arceus standards. I honestly really just don't. But I do think he is sufficient. I mean, he is still a good character. He's still good to pull for as a new player, to get good, simple usage out of him, and a lot of good strength. Pretty similar to that of regular Master Fair Leon back when he released, honestly. In my opinion, Leon was not really like, looking back. Leon wasn't really game-breaking, but he was good, and, you know, you would get some pretty strong usage out of him, some good mileage. I think the similar case is here with Arc Leon, except he's still definitely more modern, just not up to the same standards as, like, Cynthia, Steven, or Lance, but still good. Definitely for sure, as shown here in the showcase, at least in my opinion. So, yeah, that's my thoughts about Arc Suit Leon and Charizard. Definitely glad to have them. I'll do daily discounts on their banner until they leave, just because more dupes on an Arc Suit Scout, the more Arc Suit character, the more I don't have to give them candies if I ever want to invest in them in the future. So, I think the few thousand paid gems is more than worth it in that regard. But yeah, whatever. I'll see you later. Hope you all enjoyed. Good luck on your summons, good luck on your skipping, have fun for the rest of the month, and peace.